Grace, yeah, Grace. Fruit Loop. 100% Fruit Loop.
It was after school. I'd been in science tuition. I left my coat in the lab, so I was running back to get it when I saw Grace. She sat in a classroom all on her own. She was staring at the space, sitting very still, very neat, very upright. I said, Is anything alright? She didn't say anything. I moved closer and I saw something flicker in her eye.
The it is flexing its wings,
I thought she was going to say something.
stretching its legs,
I touched her shoulder.
grooming its fur or its scales or its feathers.
She flinched and she got it.
I can feel all of its muscles.
She moved to the door and I reached for her arm.
I can feel its strength.
I said, Grace, tell me what's happening.
I can feel its power.
She shrugged me off.
It is preparing.
I grabbed hold of her blazer.
It is nearly ready.
I grabbed hold of her. She pushed me so hard. I felt I hit my head in the corner of the desk and it started to bleed.
I am scared.
I said, look what you've done.
I am so scared.
And she turned around and she walked away. I shouted after her. I shouted, I hate you.
I am so scared.
And that was the last time I saw her.
My auntie's friend knows Grace's neighbour, and he told my auntie's friend that when Grace started wearing all those clothes, that the teachers thought she had something wrong with her, which meant she was cold all the time. Apparently Grace's parents contacted the school and said she had some condition. I don't know what that condition would be, but it doesn't really matter because she didn't have any condition, and her parents didn't contact the school either. It was Grace. Grace sent an email pretending to be them.
The inside of me is heating up. I can hardly breathe. I can hardly move. I tape my whole body up to make a barrier. I wear a layer of clothes underneath my school uniform and an old puffer jacket over the top. My mouth is covered. My hands are covered. My head is covered. It cannot get out. I cannot let it get out.
My auntie's friend said that Grace's neighbour said that Grace's parents are really nice. He said they're switched on. Think that means that they know what's going on? Although they didn't seem to know what was going on with Grace, and she's their daughter. Not that I think it's their fault. I don't tell my parents a bean about my life. They say, what happened at school today? I say nothing. They say, what are you doing in your bedroom? I say nothing. They say, what are you looking at online? I say nothing. Grace's neighbour said that Grace's parents are devastated. He said that they had no idea what was happening to her. That if only they had known then, that day in PE could have been avoided. They could have helped her or stopped it or I don't know. But they could have done something, which I'm sure is true. Someone should have been able to do something to help her before, don't you think?
I was in PE when it happened. The whole thing was like total madness. We had a supply teacher and she wanted us to run 100 metres. I shouted, that's against our human rights! And anyway, everyone was there in the shorts and the t-shirt, apart from Grace, who was dressed up all in the gear, looking like a colossal nutter.
Pulse.
I like to take that back. She did not look like a colossal nutter. She looked unusual, that's the word. She looked unusual in an unusual apparel. Anyway, we were on the school field, which was as hot as the savannah because of the heat wave, and the supply teacher lined up the first set of kids to go. Grace was on the other side of me, and the supply teacher blew the whistle to start the race, but no one could really be arsed. There was a lot of dawdling and chit-chat.
Pulse.
The general lack of effort pissed the supply teacher off, and she proper shouted at us.
You're supposed to be competing.
The heat freezes.
Whoever's last gets attention.
The supply teacher was a wild one. Everybody started running.
The heat darts its head.
And then someone shouted something about Riley Miller.
Fastest tits in the borough!
The heat hides its shore.
690
is the waffle faces.
The heat arches its scaly back and spines flicker.
110 green sick faces.
The heat's claws retract and retract.
Finished the race and turned around to see if I was last, which I wasn't, which was surprising because I usually am. Grace was stood on the lane, and the supply teacher was lining up the next kids to go.
What I want to know is, what are you doing standing out from everyone else?
The heat opens its beak and bares its teeth.
There are children and women and men in an inflatable boat in the sea.
It plunges and heaves and dives inside of me.
The supply teacher spotted Grace and marched over to her and was all... Grace didn't even look at her.
Remember, it's your future.
It whirls in a fever of blistering heat around my organs.
The waves are enormous. The supply teacher was shouting at Grace so loud, right in her face, but she just stood there, still as a statue, ignoring her, which was making the teacher apoplectic.
Hashtag Disney bikinis. Hashtag EasyJet.
It twists my liver.
Grace, you revising?
It snaps at my kidneys.
There are people in a camp in Calais.
It claws at my lungs.
Eventually, the supply teacher got fed up and stopped off to the start line to have a go at someone else.
There are people in camp in Cos.
It starts to shred my muscles.
Grace stayed where she was, in the middle of a lane, in the middle of a track, in the middle of the school field on a boiling hot day.
There are people in a camp in Bangladesh.
You know when you see a dog digging? It's doing that to the soft flesh inside of me.
The 15-inch boys we killed around here.
When the supply teacher started the next race, the runners pointed at Grace and the supply teacher motioned us to just run around her.
And no one in charge seems to give a toss.
I'm filling up with blood.
The girl that was running in Grace's lane looked a little bit concerned about the human obstacle in front of her and said something to the teacher who suddenly shouted,
Just effing run!
And instead of like having a laugh or saying we were going to report it to the head teacher, everyone just started to effing run. The woman disappears under a crash of foam and bubbles.
Its talons scratch on my larynx like cough on blood.
Blue bags, cycles, arms dealing.
It crushes my heart.
Well, the girl who was running in Grace's lane veered so far into the middle lane, she tripped over whoever, and chipped over whoever, and before you knew it, there was a whole pile of them in the middle of the field, and they all started fucking.
Rich people hunt giraffes and tigers and lions and rhinos.
Snaps through my ribs and pushes through. The pain is...
Bang!
And we all started cracking up.
The Earth's climate is changing at unprecedented speed.
The pain is...
Everybody was cracking up. The little boy is dusty from the exploding building.
It burrows its face up through my throat.
It was so funny.
Another racist murder.
I go down.
Terror.
I go down.
Another racist murder.
I go down.
We were literally rolling around the floor in hysterics.
Forces my mouth open.
The children used to go to school to learn their 1, 2, 3s. Then guns and bombs and helicopters arrived.
And suddenly there was this noise, like someone was being attacked.
Its head rams my teeth.
Hashtag bring on the summer!
We looked at just everyone's supply teacher. It wasn't it?
My teeth shatter and crumble from my mouth.
That poor boy. That poor boy.
Supply teacher was staring at the third lane of the run track.
My cheeks split as the it hauls itself out of me.
All our eyes swiveled over to his Grace.
Your behaviour is completely unacceptable for a young lady.
Its scaly feet kick at the sides of my throat.
Grace was standing in exactly the same position.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. You can take me hard to go.
It used my windpipe as a launch pad.
But her mouth was open.
It's your future.
It wrestles itself out of me. It's slick and wet and covered in blood and pus, and its tail slaps my face as it launches itself towards the sky.
I was tilted right back.
We see crop failure and starvation.
Its enormous wings unfurl with yellow and clash.
Her face turned up to the sky.
Desertification and forced migration.
The wings are bright green and iridescent.
Then her mouth was open.
And the beauty of on your back, I want your life!
Flecks of fire spin off its body like a Catherine
The
wheel.
noise was unbelievable. The boat upturned.
Stinks of fire and rupture and storm.
The noise was so loud.
The sky is filled with red and orange and blood and guts.
The boy's hair is matted and chalky. It was frightening.
The whole world heats up.
It's your future.
The adults in charge run for
The
safety.
noise that was coming from her was so frightening.
It is all their fault.
Wildfires raging across countries.
Raging, raging, raging!
The it is coming for them.
I'll never forget that.
The it blinks its bright yellow eyes and earth shudders.
Extinction.
It opens to speak,
She
full
was.
of howl.
She was.
Bang! It cuts out the sunlight.
She was.
Bang! We descend into darkness.
She was.
Bang!
Full of fury and brilliance.
She was. Bang!
And fear of manipulation.
She. Bang!
And the it stops well with her. tried to get Grace Fremantle off the school field, but she wouldn't go. It was awful. Eventually, 3 teachers carried her off. We took her to the medical room, her parents arrived, put a blanket around her and walked her to the car. Her mum was asking her loads of questions, but Grace wasn't saying anything. She looked exhausted. Her whole body was sagging, and at one point she stumbled and I had to catch her and hold her up. She didn't come back to school. I don't know where she went. No one knows where she went. Even her best friend, Sam, doesn't know. No one told us anything. Everyone has different theories about why it happened. Exam pressure, drugs, eating disorders, boy trouble, girl trouble, friend trouble, parent trouble. I don't join in. I don't say anything. When they're all gossiping and giggling and talking in whispers, I don't say one word. Because when they all saw Grace Fremantle lose her shit on the curriculum that day, when they all saw her open her mouth and scream and scream and scream up at the sky, I saw something different. I probably shouldn't say this. I saw it crawl out of her mouth and open its wings and cover the sky. I saw it shower flames of yellow and golden rust all over us. I saw it open its beak and roar. I saw what was inside her. The fury, the blood, the gore, the fury. I saw it because it's in me too. I know it is. I can feel it. It's just here. I feel a presence. And mine is squirming. It's small, like a cherry pop or a baby shrimp. It is really small, whatever it is. But it's here. It is definitely here.